Kunos recently did a keynote for Assetto Corsa Evo. So let me take you through everything that you need to know about what's next for the game. First of all, they admitted that they got it a bit wrong and aware that some aspects of the game are called for a deeper reflection. And they also made note that Assetto Corsa Evo has achieved the milestones beyond their expectations. It's the most successful title in the franchise thus far. And after thoughtful consideration, they've decided to introduce some changes aimed at bringing the experience closer to their DNA. And these updates represent a new step forward for Evo, balancing tradition with exciting new possibilities. So they went out and just went straight to it and basically said it won't be an online only product. They recognize based on what we have and what we've experienced that it would be online only, which is a reasonable assumption, but they reiterated that that's not going to be the case. So coming soon is the brand new open mode, which will allow you to enjoy the driving without the need of an internet connection. At the same time, your journey and driving progress in AC Evo will continue through career mode, which brings together progression, in-game economy, and the driving academy, and all of this will come without the need of constant connection to back-end servers. Special events which requires an internet connection similar to ACC will be available in both open and career modes. They're also going to be working on overall performance improvements with optimizations for all users, including those using VR and triple screen setups, as well as enhancements aimed at smoother gameplay and increased stability. They're also going to do some improvements to AI, so AI drivers will retain their names and exhibit different behaviors depending on their skill level. This basically means the same virtual driver could be a pole sitter at lower AI levels and a midfielder at higher ones, and this will allow players to track their personal progress more easily as they face increasingly competitive opponents. They're also going to be fine-tuning AI behavior and will continue to implement additional improvements over time as well. They've also redesigned the user interface for AI opponent grids, which will give you greater control when setting up single-player quick races, and the new custom rater weekend feature will add depth to your solo racing experience as well. For multiplayer, they are currently testing internal sessions with solid results, and the third early access release, which is coming this summer, will bring the first public version of multiplayer featuring a redesigned netcode and ongoing improvements for a stable and competitive online experience. And with this in mind, they're moving up the release of several highly requested cars, including open wheelers that have been missing in the Assetto Corsa title since 2017. And some of these models were actually planned for either later this year or version 1.0. And the next release will have more content than planned due to having to implement these new changes. They also touched upon modding tools. Originally planned after the 1.0 release, they will now be made available during the early access period, giving you the chance to experiment so they can also perfect it for version 1.0. And an updated roadmap with all the details will be shared at a later stage. We don't have that information at this moment of time. And although not officially confirmed in the keynote video that was shared, we do see Donington Park and Red Bull Ring with some of its alternative layouts too in the track selection menu screen when they show off some of the new UI. So we may be getting those sooner than version 1.0, which wasn't in its early access scope. But again, as I said, that's a bit of speculation based on what we've seen in there, but they did give a bit of a cinematic shot as well. I think it was the S's at Donington Park as well. So we might be getting that sooner than later, as they did say we will be getting more content than originally anticipated. And they sort of finished everything off basically saying keep sharing the feedback on the official forums, as these changes were because of us, the community, in the first place. And that's it. That is everything you need to know about what's next for Assetto Corsa Evo, considering it's had a bit of radio silence as of recent. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this in the comment section below. Personally, I think this is a really good change. I'm glad that they're listening. They're one of the few game developers now that do listen to feedback like this, and I'm looking forward to it. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful and informative, and like to see more content like this one, make sure you are subscribed. If you're new here, I cover the latest racing and simulation news and updates, so if that interests you, stick around and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.